Now we go to the little funky part of this. So you've got these little steps that go up, 2 steps, and then of course you would turn to go upstairs, but we're gonna go instead into the dining room where we get to walk down 2 steps again. But first, let me show you this. This is the oh wow moment. You see this amazing kitchen. Everything in here is new. So a couple things. The first thing I'd like to point out is this has a very high peak ceiling in this dining room area. Unfortunately, the window, for some reason the builder decided to put the window over here, which looks out right onto the carport. Isn't that lovely? So you get to look out and see the carport. Not very attractive. Not a great way to utilize a window in a space. Would have been much better to have a window over on this wall, but what are you gonna do? This is not what happened, and so that's what we're stuck with. But pretty good size for a dining area. Certainly you can put a pretty good sized table in here, but this kitchen is gigantic. You'll notice where the wall comes down here, that used to actually be kind of the end of the kitchen, and there was like there was a wall basically right here that kind of divided the kitchen, had like a little hallway to it. So we actually extended it out into part of the dining room space, not by much, about maybe 8 or 10 inches, but it made this kitchen just huge. And because it is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 feet apart, this galley kitchen. So you have this side, 7 feet, this side, plenty of room for lots of people to move around in. Isn't this tile great? This is that encaustic tile that I was talking about. So we did this, this color scheme of dark cabinets below and light cabinets above, with the pantry cabinet being dark since it goes all the way up. And again, we've got another peak ceiling, and this room, this side of the room, has a skylight in it. So you get some great natural light. And as you can see, these cabinets go way up high. So it's a very tall kitchen, and these cabinets really emphasize that. And then over here is the wine fridge. It's a nice little sexy addition. We had to do some kind of funky things here because where this wall was, where you had this kind of wall that came down to divide out the kitchen and have this little hallway, that used to actually be all the area where the AC was coming out of. It still is, and on the other side. But all of this was enclosed in, and so you see that kind of corner that we made, that little triangle. In order to be able to make this work, we had to kind of do some funky things to this upper cabinet. I don't know if you can tell or not, but we actually kind of built like a little false front. So you put a couple of short things up there. Of course, reaching up there, oh man, it's high. I can just, on my tiptoes, just barely reach the bottom of that shelf. So these are very tall cabinets. Then over here on this side, this kitchen used to be U-shaped. So I know it's hard to imagine with all of this. I'm going to send you pictures of the before so you kind of get a better sense. But there was like literally just a U that came out, and then there was this space. So the cabinetry basically ended right about here. And then there was all this space here you really couldn't do anything with because there were 2 French doors, 2 window doors. And so, what are you going to do with that space? So we thought, well, let's just take that out and put in a new one and be able to utilize the space much better and make it into a galley kitchen. And then, of course, the window looks out onto the patio, which is where we will go next.